Right, so
Hello, I put us live, so
Who's scratching something?
Oh, that's me. Sorry, I'm just filing some bolt heads down.
I'm not even going to ask why.
Crossbow bolts.
I'm just going to leave it there.
No, you can't get shoulder bolts with a short enough threaded bit, so you have to buy them longer and then cut them down.
Gotcha.
Shoulder bolts. What? Once you put in your neck?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. They weren't threading properly into my spinal column.
Gotcha. Yeah.
is that for your new son, Frank?
Yeah.
Well, that would explain how Thomas came back.
It would.
It would.
It might do.
So he's an eagle.
Automination, probably.
That would be cool.
Guy said it'd be after 7:30, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mm.
Has anybody heard from Evil?
Not since he asked whether we were on tonight, no.
I think he's chasing that tumbleweed. It might be a while.
He may well be. He may well be. Well, let's have the main people that we need tonight are here. Birthday boy, girl, and her Lieberung.
Whatever he wants to be, it's fine with him.
And and her Lieberung. So last session, you wrapped up at the let's start again.
The hooded man.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WFRP.
The hooded man.
Episode
Right.
27.
Does not want to work tonight. Last episode, we wrapped up at the Hooded Man after you discovered the hidden cellar and the ritual that was taking place to summon forth a demon of the foulest kind.
It was.
The net result was the group. Yeah, you fought the demon. The horror. It converted itself into 2 more horrors. You fought those. You rested. You recuperated, and then you continued down to Weissbruck on the Beer Belly. As you arrived at the Beer Belly in the evening, and you began to tie up, Volkwin and Lanwin, or should I say, Herr Lieberung and Lanwin, his trusty sidekick, spotted a familiar figure stood outside an inn, the Black Gold Inn specifically. It appeared to be the individual that you had seen disappearing into a house in the main plaza, the Comics Plaza at Altdorf. Very briefly, Lanwin and Volkwin decided to give chase and then stopped fairly quickly after the man seemed to spot them and disappear into the Black Gold Inn.
He buggered off.
He did bugger off sharpish. Upon which they returned back to the boat. Ooh, that was a weird sound. They returned back to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we pick up this evening. I am tired, so we may not survive much beyond... Well, we certainly won't survive beyond 10 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
I am knackered. Okay, so what are you doing?
Well, we were going back, weren't we, Volkran, to tell them what we'd seen.
Yes, this very shifty guy that looks very... what's the word I would use for this guy? I saw this guy back in the other place. I can't remember the name of the
It was
town.
Outdorf, wasn't it?
Outdorf, and he seemed to recognise me, gave some kind of signal, or appeared to give some kind of signal. And as I approached, they went into this building and locked the doors. I have this effect on people, by the way.
I hadn't noticed.
It's true. I have seen this effect before.
Maybe because I was striding purposely forward towards this particular individual with a hand on my sword hilt.
So, Caster, what are these people to you? Like, do you know them at all?
No, I don't. But it's intriguing because I don't think you were there, were you, when I explained the? No, I don't think. Yeah, I'm going to explain the cart or the wagon with the dead body with the two bolts in the back that looked exactly like me.
Oh, so you killed somebody else as well as the nobles?
So
I missed a lot.
this particular person was already dead, killed by the goblins, or we assume they were killed by the goblins. And he had papers on him that gave him an inheritance. If you presented them to a particular person, I can't remember where it was actually. Oh, hang on. Ow.
Where are
Got
we
the
going?
information on the. Where is it now? Let's have a look. Let's just open this up.
You are going
I've got
to
to go to. Well, yeah.
Bogenhafen.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
To the offices. Well, yeah,
So-
let's go to Bogenhafen.
I have a piece of paper on me that's signed by Ingrid Zuckerman, Priestess Temple of Sigmar, and Oscar Helmut, which gives me the opportunity to claim an inheritance.
Oh, Caster, so you're finally coming into the money you always talked about.
Yeah, not too bad for a brass.
Well, to be fair, Master Caster, you weren't always brass, were you?
Well, this is it. I have no idea why that this individual looks exactly like me. Maybe it's a
Maybe you were switched at birth, and that's your twin brother,
Ah,
and he
could
got
be.
the up and up, and you got the down and
Oh,
down.
wait a minute, Caster. Wait, you've always been Caster. So who was this other person?
It must have been Vulcan Kunsk.
Oh, Quinn
I
Kunst.
do like saying that.
Never heard of him.
Sounds
And
like a
he said
lifetime.
he said he
So-
looked just like you.
Exactly like me.
Exactly like. Did he have that thing on the end of his thingy? Knee.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. But the question is that there is a large inheritance involved, and obviously, if I receive any help from anyone to claim this, there's going to be a share involved.
I can see why we would be friends. All right, let's go. You're saying to claim this, we need to go to the pub.
Well, the thing is that these guys are obviously out to kill or remove me from this particular claim.
Oh.
But we don't know that yet, do we, though, Caster? Because
Well, it's very suspicious.
they keep running away, don't they?
Well,
You would have
yeah,
thought.
this is true because it was goblins, wasn't it? That actually
That's what
killed
we
the
think.
guy.
Aye.
Yeah, this is what we think. Maybe they were placed there.
So I've got an idea. Right? How about we go and walk into their trap, or how many of us do they know there are? Have they only seen you two, or do they know there's, like, you've got buddies?
I think they'll know that we're a group.
But
They're not going to be stupid.
They've not seen you, Thomas.
This is true.
Do a quick recce of the pub. I'll take my bow, go round the back, and if anything kicks off, I'll try and shoot the right person. Unlike
Right.
that klutz with a handgun.
Caster, give him a good description of them.
I was going to say, none of us know what they look like.
I'll look for the suspect-looking fellas talking to my buddy Caster here.
Describe the guy that gave the signal.
Okay.
And then snuck off into the inn here.
All right.
Is anybody else, like, small and nondescript and subtle?
Ella is small and nondescript and subtle.
Yeah, really.
Casserole is
All in a
Elgast
china
is
shop.
definitely not subtle. No offense, bruv.
And not small either.
No.
I think it's worth going in the Black Gold Inn and having a pint and having a look in around and see what effect it is when I walk in.
I mean, I'm small and subtle.
You are.
Sneaky.
You're so fucking useless, though.
Yeah, and also
Oh, she's not, but she's
No,
a
no.
troll slayer.
yeah, Troll Slayer.
That's Kay the Troll Slayer. That's
Yeah,
also. She's definitely not useless. She has a lot of FaceTime.
Why don't Thomas go in first and get a nice seat in there and watch people as you walk in?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
A great idea. Can somebody lend me a couple of silvers for a pint?
Fuck you.
I'm going to chuckle, pat Jay on the head, and wander off towards the Black Gold Inn, whistling to myself.
Coach.
All right. You all watch as Thomas wanders off towards the Black Gold Inn. Joseph looks at you and goes, "That's off the ropes. Let's get going."
He wants to go.
Rembrandt's going to start casting off ropes.
Yeah, let's everybody get back on.
All right. So
You fell for it.
Thomas heads into the Black Gold Inn. You watch him as he kind of goes in. The Black Gold Inn is pretty popular, actually. There is a number of sailors and stevedores all taking many of the tables. In fact, there's hardly a spare table in the place. It is wall to wall.
I would like to try and find somewhere quiet and out of the way. Is there any way to observe the proceedings without being right in the middle of them?
In the Black Gold Inn, quiet and out of the way are two mutually exclusive terms. You could be out of the way, or you could be quiet.
I'll go for out of the way. I'm more of a visual cue kind of fella anyway.
Okay, so there is a darkish corner that gives you a view of maybe 2/3 of the common room that would be deemed to be out of the way. It's about the only place you could go. But the only place you could go for quiet would be stood outside looking in through the window.
I had a feeling that was the case. Yeah, let's do it. I'll pop myself up in the corner and gesticulate. Would my friendship and knowledge of boatly ways from previous dealings with Stevedores Guild provide me with any kind of information or rep or standing with these people? Would I know any lingo, or would I just act like a bit of a twat and get laughed at?
No, because you're not from around these parts.
I'm not.
So you can understand some of the lingo and the things. You can definitely kind of follow some of the conversation that people are having, but because you're not from around here, so you don't recognise the different stevedore kind of guilds.
Yeah, I'll just sit down quietly with a pint then. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Can I join him?
No.
Yeah, you can go in and join him. Yeah.
I'll join him, but I'll keep an eye on the bar, see who's there, see if there's anybody worth chatting to. I'm always on the lookout for new contacts or people who might know, locals who might know the city, and I guess a little bit the seedier side of it as well.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, there is an entertainer on this evening. He appears to be pretty popular with the crowd. He almost seems to be like a one-man musical song and dance show.
Cool. Okay, so I guess we settle in and wait for the show to start. Of course, we were given a description of the people, weren't we? Do we spot them?
One particular individual.
Must we start making perception rolls?
Let's have challenging perception rolls, please.
Just to catch up, we arrived here in the evening. We're still here.
Yeah,
Yes, it's in the evening. Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Thomas has gone in first on his own. We're not there yet.
No, I'm there.
Oh, you went in. Sorry, right.
But was there any particular reason why we were doing that, or?
So Thomas can gauge the reaction, and Kay can gauge the reaction of people as Volkrin walks in.
Remember last week that they went chasing after someone to
Okay, yes.
go into the inn. They're trying to
Flush them out.
Challenging
The
position.
bard.
And we're going to nick all
Yes,
the daggers
please.
before you get in there.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, very nice.
The bard goes by the name of Axel Eisenstaben.
Bless you.
Okay. Okay. Thomas. No, there is nobody that fits that description visible in a common room.
I guess I would ask barman or serving girl if there are any other rooms here, common rooms, private rooms, gambling rooms, behind locked doors kind of rooms.
Oh well, we've got plenty of common. We've got plenty of sleeping rooms. If that's what you're asking, Les. We've got doubles, we've got triples, we've got quads, we've got the sleeping common quarters upstairs, we've got private rooms for just one double bed, big enough for you and a companion, if you know what I'm saying. Those ones have lockable foot lockers and wardrobes to hang up your fancy clothes. We don't have any gambling dens here, if that's what you're asking. Definitely not. No.
Can you show me a couple of the rooms? We're looking for somewhere to stay tonight. I just want to see what the quality of the hostelry is like.
Well, I can. I'm a busy man, but let me get Edwina here to show you upstairs. Edwina, lass, show this lovely lady up to our... which rooms are you interested in?
Let's see. You said there was a common room. I'd like to see a couple of private. How many people are we looking for? 3? No. 1. I guess common room, single room. I can't remember what you said now, but anywhere where a single person might be staying.
Oh, okay. Go on then, Edwina. Show her around. She kind of rolls her eyes and then puts down her cloth and trumps to the stairs. Come on.
In the meantime, I'd like to ask this fella about the person that we're looking for.
Okay.
I'm not sure how this would involve, whether we could involve some kind of bribery or just a flat-out question.
Bribery always helps.
I'll give it a go. Let's see if I can slip him a couple of little. How much do we need? What's a reasonable bit of silver? A couple of silver shillings?
You decide what you think is reasonable. Then roll a bribery test.
2 silver shillings. How much is a beer?
The beer, yeah. Base it on the beer price. Or the wine.
Enough for a couple of nice bottles of wine.
It's brass normally, isn't it, for beer?
Yeah.
Right, so like 2 silver shillings would be a good number.
2 silver shillings would be a good number, yeah.
Yeah, so as I'm asking him, there's this fella that we've been looking for. We're just coming on the boat and looking for this fella who's supposed to be our contact for, probably shouldn't go into it too much, but a little something in it for you here if you can point me in the direction of this guy last seen in your pub. This is where we're told to meet him. And what do I need to roll on? Bribery roll?
Yes, please.
Oh, this is going to suck. Challenging.
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
I don't know. You've added a couple of silver shillings. It might help.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, if you made it to go to a 0, it'd be a minus, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. I give up.
Got worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the fella. Gideon, his name is.
With a G?
With a G. Well, I guess it's with a G. It's spelt. It sounds like it's got a G in it. Not that I know what a G. Not that I know what a G looks like. Of course.
It's Gideon with a gid.
Yeah, it's Gideon with a gid.
Gideon like pigeon.
Gideon Blackthorn, they call him. Nasty fella. Bit of a loan shark, moneylender kind of guy.
Oh,
Don't want to get on the we don't want to get on the wrong side of him. You don't.
That's interesting. That's not what we were told. We were told he was all about the people. Thank you very much. I'll go and. So, is he around?
No, he doesn't. He occasionally comes through here as a pint, but most of the time you can find him at the trumpet.
Wonderful. Well, my friend, you've been very helpful, even though I'm the worst briber ever known.
Well, he kind of scoops the two shillings into his apron, and they disappear very quickly about his person.
All right. Thank you very much. And I'll go and return to my seat. As the team know nothing of this.
No, I think it's a good time for me to ask Langwind if he wants to join us.
Indeed, and what I'll do is I'm going to open the door for my Lord Caster.
Okay.
Here we go.
Rembrandt's going to walk through the door.
Meanwhile, okay.
What are you doing, Landman? Come on.
That's going to really hurt. You need to open the door first before you walk through it.
He's an armor, he'll be fine.
Probably, actually.
What's the matter?
Okay. Edwina takes you upstairs to a variety of rooms. They're on the.
Matter.
They're not the best rooms you've seen. They're certainly not the worst rooms you've stayed in. They're kind of on the high end of mediocre.
There's a weird echo coming through at the moment. Is anybody else getting that?
But no.
No, I was getting a bit from Kath. I think his mic was triggering.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
No, it's still there. I'm getting it from. I don't think it's me though.
Have you got another mic on?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You're not that
Oh,
guy.
don't worry
You're
about
not two mics guy.
Don't worry about it.
No. I'm just. Okay. Weird. Okay. Yeah. So she kind of shows you around different rooms. The common room is a big sort of cesspit of sweat and salty crustiness, where a lot of the sailors would choose to stay because it's cheap. The solo rooms with double beds are certainly, you can understand why the barkeep would call them sort of luxurious. They definitely have a lockable footlocker. They definitely have some kind of wardrobe in them. The sheets look relatively clean. And the bed looks relatively comfy. The middle kind of rooms, they're all the same. Yeah, she shows you a couple of singles and a couple of triples and a quad. This place is on sort of 4 levels in total, with the very top level being where the private, the couple of private rooms as well as the owner's bedroom would be. No sign of the guy that you're looking for.
All right. I guess I'll ask her about him as well to see if she knows who I'm talking about or if it rings any bells for her. What's her name? Edwina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're describing Gideon.
Oh, so you do know.
Well, I wouldn't say I know him very well. I try and stay clear of his sort. Nasty fella from what I hear. Breaks legs.
Oh, for what?
Not paying him.
Best to pay him, right?
Yeah, best to pay him. He lends people money, and then if they don't pay him, he and his goons, I've heard, go and breaks their legs.
Any idea where we could find him?
Trumpet. That's his normal hanging out grounds.
What else can you tell me about the town? Is there anybody else here that we should be speaking to while we're in town? Anybody that could help us get to know people a little better?
It depends what you're looking for, really.
I mean, making a bit of extra cash on the side is always useful.
Making cash on the side.
I'll be right back.
Well, how long are you in town for?
Not long, but we might be passing back through again, and we can always pass through other towns if people need us to do something.
Well, I suppose you could seek out Eleanor.
Eleanor, what's she up to then? Who's she?
She's a person that likes to have things moved from one place to another.
Okay. Any idea where we could find her?
Yeah. She'll be in the red room in the trumpet.
Seems to be a lot of people at the trumpet.
The trumpet's an interesting place. But keep your coin close to you when you go.
Oh, that's always happens.
Yeah. Yeah. The trumpet's a great place. Anyway, I've got to go and gotta go help his lordship downstairs. So carry on having a look around, and if you need anything, his lordship will sort you a room out.
All
I
right,
wouldn't suggest staying at the trumpet. It's not that kind of place.
What kind of place is it then?
It's a bit rowdy.
Rowdy can be fun though.
It can be very fun at the trumpet. You'd love it. Maybe.
Maybe. Any
I
other
find
characters
it.
we should look for at the trumpet while we're there?
I would stay clear of Hans, the handyman. Oh,
Hans
sorry,
the handyman.
Hans, the handsy man, not handyman. Hans, the handsy man. He's called that because his hands, they like to wander. And his name's Hans, so we find it funny, Hans, the handsy man.
Hands, not hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell me you just made that shit up. So.
Oh, mate, you put me on the spot, I make a lot of shit up.
Hands the handyman. Okay. All right, we can look after ourselves. Don't worry about us.
Oh, that's good. Well, I best go back to work. Boss will be shouting at me soon if I don't.
I'll go and join Thomas back at the table.
Okay.
I'll tell him that we probably need to head off to the trumpet.
It's about now, as you're coming downstairs, that Volkwyn, Lanwyn, and Rembrandt all kind of wandering.
And I tell where's Ella at the moment?
Where is Ella?
Yeah, where am I?
Where are you?
Are you with us?
You best not be shopping.
Yeah, I'm with
Okay.
you somewhere.
Then I'll just mention to Ella that there's a guy at the trumpet called Hans, and apparently he might be useful. You should try and chat to him. Maybe try and get him quietly in a room.
What? I don't want to be in a room with a man.
No, he's reliable. Apparently, he could be a useful contact for us.
Oh, okay. I just stare at
What?
you because I know what you're like now.
What am I like, Ella?
You're a blabbermouth.
I'm not a blabbermouth.
You can't keep secrets.
I most certainly can. How very dare you?
Well, you give away all of mine.
No, I don't.
When I told you I knew that guy that was a on the road, he was a mutant. You as soon as I knew him, you blurted it out to everybody.
Well, that was critical information for the health and well-being of the party. You can't expect us to keep that a secret. Anyway, ask for Hans. He'll sort you out, good and proper, apparently.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Heading off to the trumpet?
Barely got here. What's with the trumpet?
Keep around. I mean, I'm quite happy to chill out, have a beer whilst we have this chat. I mean, we're not going to rush you off immediately.
Can't we have a beer? It's thirsty work on that boat.
Didn't you see him come into here? Didn't the guy that you're looking for run into this?
Yeah.
He did.
Yes, Elgast. Very, very observant of you to spot this. I was chatting with the barman over there, and he comes through, shakes down a few people, a nasty piece of work this, shakes down his marks, and then trots off to the trumpet with his winnings. So we can either wait here for the entire day, which I'm not opposed to, just to be clear, and see if he comes back tomorrow, or go hunting for him.
I think we'll go to the trumpet.
Okay.
Don't forget, Joseph will be leaving on the boat at first light with the tide, and those of you who are in his employ will be expected to be on the boat.
So how long have we got?
You have probably got right now 4 hours to midnight, 4 hours, 19 minutes and 50 seconds to midnight, and then probably 7 hours from midnight to when the boat will be leaving.
Okay.
So we've got time to go to the trumpet for a pint and have a look around?
You have got time to go to the trumpet for a pint to look around.
And maybe a bar brawl.
To the trumpet.
Now, do any of you know where the trumpet is?
Probably not, no.
I asked the barman, it's just over there.
Yeah, you can ask the barman, he'll give you instructions. Yeah, head towards the inner wall, to the outer, to the wall, near the wall, and you'll find it there. You can't miss it. It's got a large trumpet as a sign.
Okay. Do you want to play the same game again? Do you guys want to go in first? And then we'll give you 5 minutes and then we'll come in?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look at the rooms, and Jay here can do the bribery this time.
If he's likely to run, should some of us stay outside just in case he gets
I
fussy?
don't think he's a runner. He doesn't sound like a runner. We're in his turf.
And we're going to be outside, aren't we?
Remind me why we're trying to catch this guy.
We want to know.
Oh, don't know.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
does he owe us any money?
No, let Castor explain.
He's obviously a shifty guy. He seems to recognise me. He must think that I'm this caster guy. I don't know whether I can say this because I'm not really privy to this information.
Aren't we just best steering clear?
Well, this is the second time he's been watching.
Additional guy. I'd like to know what he knows about me, and I'd like to find out. But if you're too busy wanting to go back to the boat, we can go back to the boat.
Rembrandt shrugs. He's just saying, I just think, we should know what we're doing before we just go charging in places.
I don't. He keeps turning up. We need to know why.
Rembrandt, he was in Altdorf watching us. So now he's here watching us, just as we're getting off the boat.
Maybe he thinks we're following him.
Yeah, I was going to say he was here before us then.
We'll have a quick chat, clear the air, as it were.
For us.
All right. So we're looking to chat with him.
Oh, absolutely. We're not going armed just to pick a fight.
I'm going armed.
Yeah.
You might not be. I'm going armed.
Yeah, you got your plumes, have you?
What? Ella's got plumes. What are you on about plumes?
All will become clear, don't worry.
Yeah, nice plumes, I must admit.
So, trumpet in then.
Yeah.
Okay. You head over to Trumpet Inn. It's even noisier and busier than the Black Gold Inn. There are several people passed out in the street outside. A couple of them appear to be quite wet. and there is a lot of noise, laughter, and otherwise coming from inside the trumpet.
Mm.
They appear to be wet,
Yeah.
as in foam party wet, or as in thrown out drunk with water wet.
Thrown out drunk with water wet would be your summation of their situation as they're kind of laid in the muck, snoring.
I'll make sure I step around them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stood
I think
stood at the door on the outside is a man engaged in some heavy petting with a woman.
Hello,
Why
Hans.
did you sniggered there? Some very heavy petting.
I would just wander past and go into the pub.
yes.
Okay. You wander past and go into the pub. The Trumpet Inn has a very large common room, but it's fairly dark. You realise that the windows are shuttered apart from little slits that would let little light in. There are candles in here, but there are probably 3/4 there are probably half the number of candles in here than there should be. And actually, there should probably be some lanterns and things hung up as well. It is a rather dingy, dark place. The thing that grabs your attention as you go in, though, are the sheer number of women. The second thing that the second thing that grabs your attention is the sheer number of women that are sat on men's knees.
I thought it might have been called the
Heavy
strumpet.
petting.
Sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
Well, you can get your trumpet blown if you want.
You can definitely get your trumpet blown.
And you can probably get polished as well.
But there's no cats or dogs, though.
There we go.
There's no cats or dogs.
No, not in here, there isn't.
If you're after that kind of thing, Ella, you probably ought to ask in the dark little booth at the back.
I'm sure they can provide cats and
What are
dogs.
they
if
petting
you
then
want.
if they're not petting a dog or cat?
Oh, Ella.
Oh, bless.
I think you know that you can see hands.
Are you being serious now, or are you just being a
No,
bit? Is it
he's
your
not being
birthday and
serious.
you're being silly?
I'm being silly.
That's good. Thank you. I'm
And
glad.
That's why Kay was telling you to go and visit Hans. He'll explain it to you.
Yeah, the trumpet seems to be more of a house of ill repute than a strict inn. And immediately, Thomas, as you kind of walk in, you find that there is a rather nice young lady on your arm who is steering you to a table with a lone chair on it.
Looking for someone. So I'll allow her to escort me to a table.
She sits on your knee
Very kind of her.
and she
I'm
takes
going to
your
play
hand and
the
places it on her thigh.
Excellent. I'm going to play the slightly, what's the word, worldly fella and give her a big smile and wave for some drinks. I'll ask her, in fact, what she would like to drink.
Oh, I'm not thirsty right now, sir.
Oh, that's a shame.
My name is Alice. What's your name?
Hi, Alice. I'm Thomas. This is a cool pub.
Thomas.
Do you come here often?
I come here every day, at least 3 times.
You've got a very lucky girl. I was hoping to as well. So, how does this work? If you don't want to drink, should we just go and find a room? Or do you want to,
Don't need a room to do things.
Fantastic. Oh, have you got one of those cool skirts that they've imported from Altdorf?
Well, yes.
I will
we can-
pick her up and twirl around.
And yeah, she is a very fine young lady.
Very good. Whilst that's happening, I'm going to have a little bit of a look around to see if I can see Gideon. I'm not going to ruin the moment by asking her. I don't think that would be fair.
Give me a hard perception test. Because
Oh, I can give you quite a lot of hard things. Sorry.
It's quite dark and seedy in here.
Average, hard. Oh, I've got the wrong window open.
Oh, look at that.
You've definitely got dodgy dice tonight.
Yeah.
There is nobody that you can see in your immediate view that looks anything like the person you're looking for.
Okay, and whilst I'm having a quick shifty look around, does it look like I'm about to get clipped? Or is this a reputable house of ill repute?
Depends how many reputable houses of ill repute you've been into. You probably, I mean, all of you have probably been in them. You're not.
Yeah.
It's what you would expect. You can imagine that the costs are going to be a little bit steep. But generally looking around, people are having a good time. There doesn't seem to be anybody trying to cause trouble.
All right, cool. In that case, I'll just carry on. There's no Gideon.
Okay.
There's a nice lady. I'll do me things.
Okay, how long do the rest of you wait before you start wandering in?
I mean, I'm in already. I went in straight away with Thomas.
I think about 5
you're
minutes.
in with Thomas. Okay.
I wasn't waiting, so
You're not waiting either.
no, I was.
Okay. Well,
I'm
you will. Okay, so you'll watch Thomas get whisked off to a table back with a girl, and then a number of people will approach each of you.
I'm happy to get whisked off.
Are you indeed?
I go.
By a girl. Okay. So one kind of grabs you and whisks you off, and a man approaches Ella.
And I just stare menacingly at him.
Okay. You want to intimidate him?
Yeah, to piss off.
Okay.
Not literally.
Rembrandt just kind of leans slightly over to Ella and quietly says, "Are you after a lady or just after a drink?"
No, I raised an eyebrow when Kay went off road with a woman. That was interesting. But no, I don't. Not interested in company right now.
Come and help me prop up the bar and we'll see how they get on later.
Okay.
Okay, the two of you go over to the bar. It's quite lonely at the bar. There's a couple of people there.
Our characters put all my points into menacing.
Yeah. There is a there's a couple of people at the bar kind of sat kind of deliberately trying not to look at what's going on around them. And there seems to be some kind of unwritten rule here that if you're sat at the bar, you're left alone.
Yep.
So Rembrandt, you get a lot of forlorn looks from several of the ladies that are kind of circulating the room, hoping that you will get up from the bar and walk across into the common area where you can be intercepted.
For now, I will give them a commiseratory smile.
Okay. All right.
Perhaps another evening, ladies.
And as they walk past me, I'll just say, "He can't get it up. There's no point."
One of them blushes and looks at you and says, "Well, we've got substances for that. We've got a hell of a lot that you can rub on."
I don't need any herbs, thanks.
It's called Viola.
Isn't that an instrument?
That is an instrument.
It's not a trumpet, that is it?
Thomas has completely lost track of what he's here for. Kay's probably losing track of what she's here for.
Is there what I might consider a madam around?
There would be, yes. She would be sat probably at a table that commands a view of the whole of the common room. And I would say she's probably got two fairly biggish thugs with
You know,
her.
just casually sat nearby, I suspect, are they?
Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah.
And you can see she's kind of watching. And then 10 minutes or so after you've arrived, she kind of leans over to one of the thugs and she whispers something and nods. And the thug looks at her and kind of rolls his eyes, stands up, and just pushes his way through the common room. And you watch as he grabs somebody by the collar, picks him up off his feet, and basically drags him to the door and throws him out.
Does it look like he might have been a bit pissed or a bit causing the girls trouble or something?
Give me a perception check. Challenging.
That's going to be a foul then, isn't it? No, challenging is just normal, isn't it?
Yeah, challenging is a +0.
Where is it? Perception, there it is. Challenging, okay. Yeah, not a terrible roll, but not good enough, I don't think.
Not a terrible roll. You couldn't quite see what was going on, but when the man was picked up, the woman he was with very quickly kind of backed away from the table. And you'll see that she'll look over at the madam, who gives her a slight nod.
If I kind of try to slightly grab the madam's attention and see if she wouldn't mind me coming and having a quick chat with her. Obviously, you know, if she isn't, if she wants me to just piss off, that's fine. I will. Can I buy you a drink, my dear?
Give me a charm roll.
Ooh, charm. Okay.
Hello, Jasper. Come on, big fella.
Challenging charm?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're a charming fellow. I can hear the cat purring. That's amazing.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
He's very loud. He's got a very loud purr. He's right next to the microphone, so it's no wonder you can hear him. She kind of keeps looking at you. Obviously, you keep looking at her and kind of giving her that can I come over kind of look. And after a few minutes, she just gives you a nod and a single kind of finger. And she kind of looks up at the other thug and she just nods to him. And you'll see he takes a position not too far from her side, but in a way that it exposes the sort of the blackjack he carries at his belt.
I'll make a placating hand gesture and just nod at him. And I'll wander over.
He nods.
With my lovely charm roll, I'm just going to try and ingratiate myself a little bit with the madam and just talk about. It's good to see she runs a nice, clean place, dealing with the ruffians. And although I'm not in the market tonight, it'd be interesting to know a little about her establishment and her girls. What will some coin get me if I come into it later in the week?
What would you be after, sir?
Ladies.
I can tell that you're a man of refinement. A bit different to the riff-raff that we get in here.
So not always. Give her a little laugh.
Well, it depends on the quality and the experience, doesn't it? I can give you my best girl. It would be $1 for the night.
Is that expensive? I don't know. I don't know how much of a crapsack world is this.
What are you? You're a silver.
Silver, yes.
Silver.
5. So I'm literally right at the top of silver.
Yeah. So $1 a night for the majority of people is going to be a good wage.
Yeah, okay.
I'm eavesdropping at this point.
Probably more than a shilling, actually. So she'll probably say a couple of shillings, couple 3 shillings a night, depending on experience and quality.
Oh, that's good to know.
And she says it can also be a little bit more expensive if you want to add a little bit of, shall we say, exoticness to your evening.
Ooh, interesting. What kind of exoticness are we offering?
I'm definitely still
parrot.
listening.
Well, it depends on your proclivities, but we do have the straw room.
If that's anything like a stable, you can count me out. I've seen enough of those.
It's exactly like a stable.
50 Shades of Nay.
No, I have to deal with enough of that in my day job, madam. Something a little bit more refined.
Bit more refined. So the halfling's out then?
I don't. My stature's a little sizable for a halfling, although I'm sure she's very experienced. Knows her way around, I'm sure.
Is that when I was passing me another halfling, this one split?
I wasn't going to go into that, but sure, Maddie.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Maybe this should have been called the House of the Rising Sun. Then you'd have had your title for the night. She points out a couple of the girls, and there are definitely a mix. There's the girls that are on the sort of the lower end of the scale, not for any reason other than they're clearly brought up in a less refined environment, and then there's the girls that are very much in demand. Where are you going? Very much in demand, and seem to command a good sort of set of clientele throughout the evening. And she kind of goes, and there's Alice over there, seems to be having a good time with, I believe he came in with you?
Oh, that fellow over there?
Yes.
I'm nodding at Thomas. Yeah, he sometimes works with me. I think he's working on the boats at the moment, though. Don't know a lot about him.
And then the girl that you brought in, she's with Verena. Verena's like that. Verena likes to entertain all of our clientele. Some of the girls, they prefer just looking after the male clientele, and we've got a couple of girls that only prefer the ladies, but Verena likes both.
Oh, it's good to know that you cater for all tastes, yeah.
And of course, we have, and she points out to like half a dozen men that are kind of mixed, entertaining men and women. So I run a balanced establishment. The watch tolerators, most of the watch users when they're off duty, to be fair, the watch tolerators, they allow us our little peculiarities.
I did a turn and a watch, but well behind me now. It wasn't exactly by choice. I know what they can be like. Some are a half decent salt. I suppose as long as they're paying and not giving you fines, then it's probably not so bad. As I said, I'm a little bit short tonight. If you know anyone who might have any work, I know you must get all sorts coming through here. Then yeah, we're always in the market. And then if I turn some coin, I'm sure I can spend it in your fine establishment.
Well, there are always people here that want work. Just get yourself down at the warehouse in the morning. I'm sure there'll be some enterprising merchants who need goods moving from here to somewhere else. I hear the Schassenfest is due to start soon down in Ubersreich.
Yeah, it's one of the things that brings us through here. We're helping move some cargo, but we'll be up and down the river, no doubt.
Bogenhaven, sorry.
Yeah, Bogenhaven.
Yeah. Well, Hans is at it again. Theodore, could you go and deal with Hans, please? Remind him that he has to pay for the goods and that his hands are not welcome without paying the coin. Yes, madam.
I kind of catch Kay's eyes, and did you hear that?
I'll pretend I did. In real life.
In real life, Hans looks like he's about to be escorted out by one of the thugs.
Oh, Ella, quick! Now's a chance. He's going outside.
Yeah, I'll just laugh at Kay.
And you watch as Theodore, the one that was sat one of the two bouncers thugs, kind of gets up, cracks his knuckles, wanders over, and basically kicks the stool out from underneath a guy who goes sprawling on the floor, and then he just kind of goes down, and he's a bit rough with him actually. A couple of punches, one in the face, one in the stomach. And then just basically grabs him by the arm and drags him across the floor.
Does it look like they're both slightly comfortable in this exchange? May have happened more than once.
Theodore has a grin on his face, but then you've not seen him evict anybody else. So you don't know if that's just his general disposition. And the guy that you assume is Hans is just going with it.
Fair enough. I'll smile at the madam and say, I've taken up enough of your time. I'll be at the bar. If you know anyone's looking for work, send them my way. But unfortunately tonight, I'll have to skip out on you ladies. But if you want a drink, it's on me.
Well, if you discover that you have a little bit of coin, I'm sure we can find you a bit of entertainment for a while.
Fantastic. I'll head back over to the bar.
No worries.
And I just say, did you have a nice conversation?
Yeah, it seems that for a house such as this, the madam runs a pretty clean establishment.
Okay. And I'll just keep sipping my drink.
Okay. Next hour or so, nobody comes in that matches the description of Gideon.
So once I've completed my business, I believe
Yes,
the right way of putting it.
it is definitely the way of putting it.
I'm going to ask is it Alice? Her name was? I forgot.
Yes, Alice. Yes.
I'm going to ask Alice about. By the way, have you seen Gideon around recently?
Gideon?
Yeah, he's looking for a friend of mine, and I wanted to just have a chat with him and find out what's going on.
I don't think I know anybody called Gideon.
Nasty little Blackthorn fella. No, doesn't ring any bells. Probably best you stay out of his business, to be honest.
Well, I've not seen anybody like that.
Yeah.
Not expecting him in.
Well, apparently he does business around here, but who doesn't, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Who
Oh well.
doesn't?
No, thanks anyway. I'll be seeing you, and I'll wander off to join the party.
Okay. Anybody else kind of winding their way into this place? Are you all in there, or Elgast has been has he stayed on the barge?
I'm with Lanwin and Vulcan. I don't know what they're
Oh,
doing.
okay. What are they doing? Lanwin and Vulcan, what are you doing for the...
I'm going to walk straight in and up to the bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy Langwin a pint.
Okay.
Myself.
Well, thank you, Master.
Okay. Elgast, you've walked into a den of ill repute. There doesn't appear to be any mutants or witches in here, but there definitely seems to be things going on that, whether Sigmar approves, you're not sure.
Nah. Well, I'm not a priest. I'm just going to walk to the bar.
Well, interestingly, I have this debate all the time. Sigmar strictures do not prevent you from having a good time.
Absolutely not. There's nothing in there about not having a good time.
No.
I checked.
Spent a lot of time on the boat, and nothing personal, but your company
tentacles.
Not the best.
Rembrandt definitely checked before he signed up.
Yeah, if the exotic clients involve tentacles, then I'm involved. But usually with fire.
Whatever floats your boat, Elgast. You know, I did talk to the madam, and she said she does cater for some things, but I don't think that was on the menu.
Yeah, I don't think she'd appreciate me bringing fire to the entertainment, though.
Probably not. So the evening passes. Those of you who wish to have a good time, you have a good time. Those of you who kind of sit at the bar being miserable can sit at the bar being miserable. There does seem to be a rule that if you're at the bar, you are left alone by the workers of the bar, and they serve both as companions and sort of wait staff. So often a companion will come and then go off and get the drink and come back and entertain you for a while. Sometimes
Rembrandt's not having a miserable time at all. He's checking out some of the ladies and
okay,
browsing.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on my purse and also Volquin's purse.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gets to sort of 10 o'clock. There seems to have been no sign of the man that you're looking for entering or leaving the establishment.
I do believe, sir, we'd best be heading back.
Yep, I agree.
Maybe this fella might turn up in Bogenhafen.
I'll clap them on the back and say, let's go back to the barge.
Yes, sir. And I shall lead the way out.
Okay.
I'll join you. I've had a few beers tonight. I think that's enough for me.
You make it back to the beer belly.
How much money would I need to relieve myself of?
I would say 4 shillings.
4 shillings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it worth it? It felt worth it. It was pretty good.
You're happy. You have a slight red flush and a skip in your step as you return to the beer belly.
I might even whistle.
In that case, I spent at least 6 shillings.
You spend 6 shillings and you come back with. You were probably taken to the private room, and as the rest of the group are getting ready, you'll see Kay come out with 2 people around her arms.
What sex?
Whichever she fancies.
Girls, of course.
And you all politely avoid the conversation of what did you get up to in the trumpet as you make your way back.
I'm going to ask Kay conspiratorially.
I'm sharing everything.
It sounds like Kay had a very good night.
Very explicitly and in great detail.
Rembrandt just gives a very friendly kind of slight punch to the arm. Not too hard. She's only small.
You find your way back to the beer belly. Get yourself settled for the night. Unless, of course, you want to. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, don't start
stay at the Black Gold Inn or something like that. It's up to you.
Rembrandt says, I know to go and have a good night on the town with next time we're out. Follow Kay. She knows what she's doing. Seems I've got some coin in my pocket. When are we meant to get paid by this barge master anyway?
We got paid last week from the what's in the box.
Yeah.
We got like a couple of gold.
Oh, did we?
Well, allegedly.
Yeah, everybody had that last week. But the Joseph.
So I do. I've actually got a gold.
You should have got laid, mate.
So Joseph will give you your. I think was it 2 shillings a day?
2 shillings a day, yes, for those working on the barge.
For the 4 of you that were working on the barge, you may add 4 shillings for your journey so far.
Fantastic.
5. No, I was fixing the boat. I don't know. Do I work on the boat? I'm trying to remember.
You were fixing the hull, apparently.
I was fixing the hull. Yeah. What do you mean apparently? God, you're such a critic. Everyone's a critic these days.
I seem to recall I was there in an advisory capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, very advisory. Usually involved just lounging on the deck, yelling at.
I seem to remember specifically, when any work was to be done, you found a good place to observe and point out.
I
Exactly.
need another pina colada.
Jeez, where have I got so much money?
I've got loads of money because I've not spent anything.
Well, I can give you a good. I can recommend you a good lady if you need to get rid of any.
Yeah, if you need any
A
help,
mutter conspirator orderly to Lanwin, and go and have a kip. I think. Oh no, I won't. I'll say, all right, Joseph. Are we ready? Do you need any help before we bed down for the night?
He shakes his head. No, we will. Everything's secure. Just make sure that you stay close to the beer belly. Don't want anybody wandering onto the boat. Not that it should happen here, but you never know.
Yeah,
I suppose we set up a watch.
I was going to say, have we got anybody on watch?
I don't mind taking first watch. I'm feeling quite invigorated. Who shall I wake up after 3 bells or whatever the hell they use to count time in this place?
I'll do last watch if you want.
I'll do the second one then.
All right, cool. See you in a few hours, everyone. And I'll go and climb up the masts and sit somewhere with a good view of the harbour. Is there a mast on the boat? Of course there's a mast on the boat.
There is with the sail, so I would hope so.
There
Yeah,
is a
good point.
mast on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to settle in the crow's nest with me bow and my sharp eyes.
All right, let's take a 10-15 minute break whilst I go get some water and try and wake myself up. And back at 5-2, and we'll continue the journey to Bogenhaven.
That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Bollocks, I had some cash.
That was fun.
I have. I have 21 gold, 31 silver, and 24 brass. Yeah. I've not bought anything. Well, Right, so Guy, you're an hour ahead, aren't you? I have a business proposition for you. On Saturday, it's the lottery, so if you watch what numbers come up and then ring me, I can put them down.
Beforehand, because we were ahead.
Yeah.
At least 10%.
Yeah.
Okay, so the following morning you awake. It is a drizzly, cool spring morning. There's a little bit of fog, but it's nothing that Joseph is concerned about. By about 7 o'clock in the morning, you get the barge prepped, pushed off, and back out onto the Bogan, the River Bogan, as you continue your journey. Let's have a look. As you finish your journey from Weisbrook here, along the Bogan, down to Bogenhafen. It's a journey of sort of 2 or 3 more days of just kind of manning the barge, making sure you don't crash into anything. Landwin getting instruction from Joseph on how to handle the barge, and very soon, sort of day 3 into day 4, Joseph kind of puts his feet up a little bit and lets Landwin kind of steer and manage the barge for the best part of the rest of the journey. Bogenhafen is typical of many merchant towns on the Empire's great rivers. It is pretty much it's a typical Empire town, really, made up of let me show you. Does that come through, or is it a black map?
We're not even getting that.
Nothing's happened.
We're still on the other map. Now
Yeah.
we've got it.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly large walled town. In the centre of it, the thing that stands out the highest is Town Hall, and then you've got the High Temple of Sigmar. It would be the second largest building here. There's a lot of a buzz about Bogenhaven. It is Schassenfest time, and there is a larger than usual sort of population of itinerants, vagabonds, merchants, and people here to both enjoy the festival, which you can see on the map. It's sort of just outside the southeastern walls there, or you can, to actually work and sell goods at the Schassenfest. As you put into Hagen's Wharf, you help kind of bring the boat in, tie her up. Joseph immediately kind of jumps off onto the wharf. Well, thank you all for your help and your assistance. Here's the money that I owe you. So you'll give those of you who are acting as crew another 6 silver. It's been a pleasure. I'm due to leave in 2 or 3 days, but if you find yourself on need to head south or north, just look me up, and if I'm going that direction, you're always welcome to crew on my boat.
I'll shake his hand happily and say, thank you, Joseph, for showing me what you've shown me. I've learned a lot these days with you.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure. I always enjoy teaching young folk who want to learn how to ply the waters. There'd be some good coin to be had if you can find the right cargo and get it to the right place in the right time.
I've got some very nice friends here who'll be able to help me with that if ever come into possession of a boat.
Well, while you're here, I recommend that you all take a look at the Fest. It's well worth the visit. And anyway, you're here, you might as well. Me, I've got to go find Rudbroder, get this wine paid for, unloaded, and down to the festival. So, it's been a pleasure. Until next time. Shakes all your hands, and you watch as he kind of wanders off down the wharf.
All right, cheers, fella. Goodbye.
It's all right, that Joseph.
A very amenable man.
He taught you a lot, Langman. I like you. Do you think you're going to make a thing of this?
Well,
It is Langman, isn't it? Yes.
There's a lot of coin to be earned, like Joseph said. But let's just see where the tides take us.
Oh, he's already
I'll
picking
drink
up
to
on
that.
go.
Speaking of drinking to that, we'll have a bit of a look around. I'm going to give Castor a little nudge.
I want to keep an eye out if anybody's watching us. In
Where to,
particular,
Lord?
that person.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Well, currently you're sort of stood on the wharf front at the moment. It's probably, let's see, it's probably early afternoon on the 26th of Yardrung. Good. It's up to you what you want to do.
Is this where the Crown Prince was supposed to?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is where we need to get Chet, right?
Yep, sorry. I'm with you.
This is where we needed to get you, right? So we get paid. No, we're in the wrong town.
Yeah.
Did I?
Oh, this is the right town.
No, this is the right time. This is the right time. You're in Boggenhalf.
Okay, I'm gonna give Castor a little nudge and be like, let's not rush there. And if there's suspicious people around, I'd suggest we, put our feet up somewhere, maybe out of the way, maybe that's got a bar, and just get the lay of the land for a few days, see a bit of the festival, have a good time, and all of you, watch out for meat pies.
I'm looking out for any notice boards to see if there's any more updates.
Shouldn't we be checking in with the expeditionary pie?
That's why I'm checking the notice boards for see if there's any information on the Crown Prince now that he's here. Might be notices for that.
Notice board seems remarkably quiet on that matter.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Where did he say he'd be in Bogenhafen? Oh, he was just passing through, wasn't he?
He was passing through, yeah.
It set off in this direction. So I don't know whether we're still behind them. They could have left here by now.
Might be a good idea to check with Town Hall to see if he's been in there.
Yeah.
You know, these fancy folk they always like to check in what's going on.
That's not a bad idea.
But all the time I'm keeping an eye out. I'm with Volkwin. I'm just keeping an eye out to see if anybody's taking particular notice of him.
You want to be there for the money, don't you?
Yes.
He wants money so that he can buy a boat and set up his own business.
I'm with my lord Castor here. I'm here to help him out. If he wishes to buy a private yacht, by all means.
Is there a career manservant or something? Or gopher or something like that? Yeah. Sounds like Alma needs to change careers again.
I'm not as bad as you, Elgast. I'm not jumping pants every 2 minutes.
I'm only 2 careers, same as you.
Okay, so You're still on the wharf. What are your plans?
If
Drinking.
there's nothing on the notice board, then probably the town hall.
Okay. It is. Yeah, you can go to the town hall if you wish.
I'm kind of a gun for hire, so I'm just going to loiter and get paid.
Okay.
Around Castor. Loiter with Castor. Thomas is drawn to Castor almost magnetically.
It's the money.
You're such a, you think I'm such a shallow fellow. It's not just the money. It's
But
the shall we?
the big part of it is the money.
Can you tell me about what information you found out about this this guy that was supposed to be was taking an interest in me?
Gideon Blackthorn, eh? Well, he's a nasty little chap, but not so nasty that everyone knows him. So I'm wondering whether it's even Gideon at all, or whether we caught somebody else. Like, I don't think. Do I need to know if we need to make an intelligence test for this? He's not here right now, and I don't think he could have got here before us unless he had some skills. So the time between now and when he turns up will tell us a lot about his means.
Okay. I'll just keep my eyes
Yeah.
peeled.
He seems pretty sus, but I mean, a dead brother you never knew anything about, Castor. That's some weird shit, isn't it?
It is.
Anyway, if you need me, I'll be around.
Okay.
Go sharpen my quills or whatever it is.
Who are we looking for, by the way?
The Crown Prince.
Oh.
Crown Prince.
No, the other place.
Hergard.
Before everyone got distracted by the.
Oh, that was the person that's been running away from Vulcan whenever he sees him.
Yeah, but what was his name? Can't remember.
We don't know.
Oh.
We've been told Gideon Blackthorn, but the fact that they also said that he's never been in that. He hasn't been in that inn when we saw him run into it. I'm taking that with a pinch of salt.
Yes, so we need to find Hergard von Tresenik.
I hadn't thought about that, but you are correct. Yes. Isn't that what good friends do, though, Chuck?
Sorry.
Okay.
Was this a private thing we're laughing at?
Yeah, it was.
Back in the room.
Back in the room. Okay, so what are you doing? Town hall?
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to be sleeping on the boat, are we? So we need to find lodging.
Correct, yes.
So
There are plenty of taverns, but in particular, there's a few on the map. So you've got the Half Measure Tavern. So you've got the Half Measure Tavern, which is kind of over here. Oh, I'm not pinging. Hang on. Let me ping over here. You could go through town over to the Wolf's Tail, the Journey's End, the Crossed Pikes. Those are probably the main establishments. There are lots of others, but those are the main. It depends on where you kind of want to position yourself. At the moment, you've got the Crown Prince expedition to the Barrier Peaks kind of thing to deal with or to investigate. You've got the Shassenfest to have a wander around, and you've got the matter of the inheritance at Lock, Stock and Barrel.
So the Crown Prince will be coming in through the main gate with great fanfare and maybe either limping and bleeding. So putting ourselves near the main gate seems reasonable.
Well, should we deal with Castor's particular thing first? Because if we see the Crown Prince and then he wants to go on through on his adventure, that means we have to come back.
I think we want to get a bit of. It's up to Castor, definitely. we were talking about getting somewhere and settling down for a day or two before we rush into there. We don't know what we're going to find in Sigmar, and I'm not saying that priestly types can't be trusted, but let's make sure we know what we're walking into before we dash into a new city. Hey, has anyone been to Bogenhaven before?
No.
I've passed through with me in a previous occupation, but it's not a place
Well,
that, you know.
We all did as
Okay.
part of the carriage, but that was about it, wasn't it?
Okay. So that's just my suggestion, is we settle down. Yeah, there's no rush. The bit of paper's not got a date on it, has it?
Well, that's the thing. The Crown Prince has left Altdorf ahead of us, and we're trying to catch up to him. So I'm just trying to find out whether he's been here yet and gone on, or whether.
Well,
he
you would
hasn't got
imagine
here
he
yet.
would have already arrived, having left a couple of days ahead of us anyway.
Yeah, depending on how they're doing it and how many there are. If they're going by
Crown
road,
Prince sounds much more interesting.
Yeah, they were going by road, weren't they?
yeah. So if there's a
So-
small
so-
army, then it'll be slow.
Yeah, we'll have gained time on them.
Yeah. So let's tell him.
So
Okay,
that's why,
so you're going to head to the town hall.
yeah, just to see whether or not the Crown Prince has arrived yet, or whether he's
Posted anything
gone or
for.
whatever. Yeah.
Are there like news sheets and stuff that those of you who could read can take a
There
look at?
there is a Bogenhafen newspaper, yes.
I'm gonna elbow Ella and go, yeah, you can read, can't you? What's going on? What's it got? And flip the little ruffian a coin and present Ella with some news.
Okay, I'll read it then.
Give you a sec.
Like a brass penny, right?
That's why I was checking the town hall for the same thing. I'd expect a notice.
This is very much an on the way thing whilst you're doing your thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you tipping me money?
No, tipping the person that was selling the newspaper.
Oh.
An army camped outside this map.
Well, it's the Schassenfest.
I think that's
Cool.
There's the general news. There's an article in the newspaper that is talking about. Well, the news is dominated by the arrival of Schassenfest and the amazing things that you can expect to enjoy during this year's events.
Tariffs on salt beef's up again.
Yeah, so there's things like, let me kind of give you some idea of sort of what you. Oh, hang on, I'm miles away. I'm in the wrong page of my book. So there are a bunch of interesting things. So there's the fortune telling. You can visit fortune tellers. You can visit medicine shows. You can get involved in the wrestling. Go buy livestock for those of you who have lost horses. Jousting. Get yourself on the jousting lists. There's festival courts and stocks. Well, there's the stocks.
There is a shooting tournament.
The festival court is a place where people can go to hear grievances during the fair and have justice administered on the spot. And there's a bunch of other kind of acts and general festival shenanigans that you can enjoy. The second thing, Ella, that your attention is drawn to, and it's kind of a rather fancy kind of in a fancy kind of presented in a fancy way with the Emperor's coat of arms on it. And it says, by decree, the Emperor has issued a new edict throughout the Empire declaring There are no mutants in the Empire. The practice of exiling or slaughtering those unfortunate enough to carry some sort of physical deformity purely because of their appearance is henceforth illegal and punishable by death.
Yeah. It's getting real.
What?
Rembrandt shakes his head as he's told this.
You've just broken poor Elgas's heart.
I don't want to get that confirmed.
He ain't got a job now.
Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are some people with disfigurements that aren't mutants, but
Like women or...
Yeah.
I'll put an arm round Elgas.
but you've got to check, right?
I'll put an arm round Elgas, give a big hug and say, it's alright, you can just, you know. I'm sure they'll fall down a flight of stairs if you get desperate. I got you back.
I'll just remind people that it was only a few days ago that some were killed.
There's definitely mutants around. They need to be dealt with.
Maybe he's changed his mind. You know, one day, let's kill mutants. Next day, poor mutants.
Yeah, get you to the town hall then,
it could be
friend.
utter nonsense. So everyone check with the temple to see whether this is true.
Hold on, are you telling me they write lies in newspapers? I didn't know this civilization was that advanced.
If they want to sell them, yeah, why not?
Alright, cool, this is fun.
The other thing that grabs your attention is a small piece about the journey between on the River Bogan near Castle Groundberg has seen 3 barges sunk. And the article complains that the Graph needs to invest more in river wardens. That there have been a frequent sighting of mutants on that stretch of the river.
Mutants don't exist anymore, apparently.
Mutants don't exist anymore, apparently. That is true.
Where was that, sorry, boss?
That's on the River Bogan. Near
Castle Cranberg?
Near Castle Groundberg. So.
Oh yeah, got it. Dead north. Okay.
You're very quiet.
Yeah, I was eating peanuts. Dead north. Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
No, Castle Brackenbergen's over here.
Yeah.
No, Castle Groundberg's there.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it's interesting because you went through there and you weren't accosted at all. You saw no signs of that.
And no signs of sunken ships either.
No.
Which kind of puts the whole validity of this newspaper in doubt. Why sell something that most people can't read and print lies?
Because it's called The Sun. It's the Bogenhaven Mirror.
Herr Murdoch's there.
Yes.
Okay. To the town hall, sir.
The town hall is a rather magnificent building. Impressive, many-pillared building that kind of sits in the dry Eckerplatz. A large central spire of the building houses a dwarf-built clock and bell. You enter into the building and approach one of the many clerks that sit behind various desks.
Any notes as we're going up, like big announcements plastered outside or anything? I would assume that's outside the town hall.
There's only some sort of notices to remind people to pay their taxes.
Oh, okay.
Pay their taxes on time. And there will probably be a note announcing that Chief Clerk Roland Stein is in is in attendance today.
Okay.
And you kind of go in and so you come to this kind of rather officious, slightly balding, slightly rotund fella. Yes. How can I help you?
With following Crown Prince Hergerd von Tassanik, who's I seen heading in this direction, do you know whether he's actually arrived at the city yet?
You're following him, you say?
Yeah, he's hiring people.
Well, I would say you're too late because he passed through here 2 days ago.
Oh, where was he
Up
going
into
on?
the, well, it's I don't really know myself. I don't pay much attention. He doesn't pay taxes, you see. I only pay attention to people that pay taxes. But my understanding was he was going up into the Grey Mountains for some kind of expedition.
Yeah, he's not left any notices behind as to how to catch up to him.
Don't think so. Just head into the Grey Mountains. You can't miss his party. There's about 20 of them. Adventuring folk. They never stay in one place. They never pay their taxes. Look at you. Look at you. I bet you pay your taxes, don't you? And you tie to the church.
I'm gonna give
Yes.
Rembrandt a little nudge and be like, "You like taxes, don't you? Taxes and plumes. That's what I've heard." And then they wander off. And taxes bring me out in a hive. So
I don't need to pay taxes. My family pays taxes. I do service to the Empire. There's no tax.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Because I've got taxes to collect.
No, that's that will do.
What the fuck are you on about plumes, Thomas? You thought you were mad before. I'm sure you must have fell out that tower and hit your head.
Are we going to? What is this about the tower? I'm done with you. I'm just going to leave and go and sit outside.
Something wrong with that lad.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
So we're 2 days behind them.
Would appear so.
Well, we either wait and miss the work, or we could head out.
The river, does that head into the Grey Mountains?
Trying to remember.
I'm just wondering
It
how
heads a little further south, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it heads. Yeah, it would head into the Grey Mountains. Certainly, if you look at it, the Boggin will split near Amshensi and then head up into the Grey Mountains to various parts. Boggin is a lake, I think, which is one of its headwaters. Which would be
do we know where his party's headed specifically in the Grey Mountains or not?
No idea. It just says he had an expedition into the Grey Mountains.
Yeah.
My concern is if he's heading via road, he's going to be in this kind of area, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be that area, or it could be Drakenberg, or it could be up at Weberg and Helmgart. You just don't know what part of the Grey Mountains, because the Grey Mountains run.
Oh, it's this whole thing, isn't it?
It's the whole thing, yeah.
It runs straight down the between the Britannia to the north.
We maybe need to do some fact finding and see perhaps if he's stopped off anywhere on his way and see if we can find out where they're going.
Maybe find out where he stayed here, and maybe there might be some people
Yeah.
who talked about it.
Yeah. That's why I was hoping there'd be notices to give us a clue as to which direction to go.
Not going to Dragonfell, is he?
You don't know.
Well, what's at Drakenfell?
You don't want to know.
Dragons, probably. I mean, if it's not Dragons, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
No, the Great Kuruk, the Great Chuan
It's
cult.
it's Drakenfels.
Yeah.
Not Dragonfels.
Never heard of it.
I think if we do go there and there's dragons, you're going to be disappointed shortly after meeting them as well.
I'll die very impressed.
Yeah.
Well,
Elgaston, I've got some business at the temple if we're hanging around for a bit.
Okay, yeah, well, might as well. Well, we can check the temple, see if they've any ideas. They may have asked for a blessing.
Indeed. That's what I was going for.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, depending, I think we're going to try and find out a little bit more where the Crown Prince may be going in the Grey Mountains. So we'll ask around a little bit if we know where he stayed or where his party may have stopped off on their
Can
way
we just
through.
find Bob Quinn's inheritance?
Give me gossip tests, everybody. Hard gossip tests.
Hard.
Rock.
Oh, do you know what?
Of course, Landwind's going to bet a fortune point.
Yeah.
Hey, I got +1. That'll
Did
do.
me no good.
I'm rolling tonight.
Ella got
Oh,
+2.
Hey.
And
I knew he
Kay
was
got
good at
0.
this.
The general consensus would be that the Crown Prince stayed briefly at the barracks before heading on.
do I think I might be able to persuade my way to speak to someone who might have a clue about what's going on?
Hang on. Trying to see if I can find
I know I'm not part of the regular army as a knight, but yeah.
Been in the army night and day.
Can I shoot him?
You can definitely do that. No, he wouldn't have stayed at the barracks. That's definitely not where he would have stayed. I'm just having a look. Hang on, sorry.
So I'm going to nudge Rembrandt and say, come on, it can't be that hard to find an army.
Okay, so he didn't stay in Bogenhaven. He came into the town hall, spoke briefly to the chief town hallsman. I forgot his name. Hang on, go back to this. Chief Clerk Roland Stein. He spent a couple of hours in perusing the Schassenfest with a few of his guards before they continued up into the Grey Mountains. Nobody really knows where his goal or where his aim was in the Grey Mountains.
Right.
Well, I don't fancy just being out wild out there because it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Find an army is one thing, but they said he only had 20 people with him.
Yeah.
That's like a caravan, which doesn't leave much in the way of tracks.
Sounds like we visit the Schaffenfest and see if anybody's got any clues. If he's been there.
Well, if he was travelling with a band of adventurers, surely one or two of them must have had a wander around there.
Yeah, well, he went there,
just
didn't
a
he?
fortune teller.
Yeah, he's been down there. Is there a witch hunters? What's the word? Garrison type thing.
Coven.
There isn't a garrison.
Chapter.
That's the word I'm looking for.
The witch hunters would be located in the High Temple of Sigmar.
Right. I just want to confirm that what was on that newsletter.
Okay.
So if we go to the temple, then you can get your blessing, and I can confirm whether this is nonsense or not.
That's the two things that Rembrandt's got on his list.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, if you do that, then Castor and us can go get his inheritance then.
Yeah, go for it.
This will be fun.
It'll be fun.
And then we can go enjoy ourselves at the Shasson Fest and see what information we can find there.
Maybe find a bank.
It's a meet up at the Schaffen Fest.
Okay.
okay.
Everyone goes to the festival to have a good time. Was it?
Everybody's going to go to the festivals, have a good time. That's why you go to the festival.
Excellent.
So, who are we going to tackle first? Do we want to tackle the religious god botherers, or do we want to tackle the people that want to go and get loads of cash?
And then find a bank.
Technically, Rembrandt wants to do both, so
Okay. So, Elgast, who's accompanying you to the High Temple?
It was me and Rembrandt that were going. I don't know if anyone else was going.
Okay.
But yeah, we can meet them up at the lawyers after.
All right. So you take a detour to the High Temple. In fact, it's very, very prominent as you come out of the town hall. Literally almost across the way, the second largest building is the High Temple. 4 huge spires spouting from its roof, each containing a great brass bell. You enter into the temple, and one of the acolytes kind of hurries over to you and nods. And may I help you?
After some confirmation of some news we've heard, there's this newspaper going around saying that hunting mutants has been outlawed because they apparently don't exist around anymore. Is this true, or is this just
No.
nonsense on the newsletters?
It is certainly news that has spread throughout Bogenhafen over the last couple of days. An edict, our understanding is an edict from the Emperor, was passed that all mutants are to be treated with respect and not put to the sword.
But we've come from Altdorf not a few days hence, fairly directly, and there's no proclamation in Altdorf about this.
The proclamation was only made yesterday.
How does news travel so fast?
To here already.
Packets.
Well, how does anything travel so fast? Pigeon. You were 5 days since you left Altdorf, and you were 3 days since you left Weisbruck. So
it's taken us a week, and they've got it in the day.
Taken you a week to travel, yes, but news travels quickly.
Yeah, so do lies, because in the same newspaper they said that mutants don't exist anymore. It says that there's mutants at Castle Granberg.
Well,
exactly the same newspaper. So
you know the old saying that a lie can travel twice around the world before the truth has got its shoes on.
That's Terry Pratchett.
It's not actually invented by Terry Pratchett, but yeah, it's from the truth, which is great. I love that book so much.
Well, I can confirm that the rumours that you're hearing are true.
have we Is there a written proclamation here that I can see?
You would need to speak to the clerk at the town hall.
The clerk only deals with taxes. He informed me that himself.
And that was actually one of the clerks. It wasn't the clerk. It was one of the
Receptionist.
minion bureaucrats who kind of sit at the front of the. So they sit at the front of the town hall and intercept anybody that wants to try and get an audience or a meeting with somebody important. And they definitely collect the taxes.
Yeah. Are there any members of the Witch Hunters chapter here that I could speak to?
Yes. Certainly.
Thank you.
We have Fabius Heinsdorf to be prominent. To be frank, he's caused a little bit of a stir. He is upset the high priest.
How's he done that?
Well, you better follow me.
Thank you.
It takes you through into the main temple, and over in the corner, you can see there is effectively. I don't know how to describe this. Infamous witch hunter Fabius Heinsdorf has set up shop in the temple, quite ignoring the blustered protests of High Priest Edel. So in the corner is a stand with High Priest with a witch hunter selling witch hunter merchandise.
Just in the main temple.
Yeah, little crosses, teddy bears, and little tiny pyres. But essentially, it takes you through to into the main temple where there is indeed a witch hunter has kind of camped out, and it's interesting because where he's camped out, there is a vast ring of emptiness in the temple.
Yeah. I suppose that all the religious ones would still fear a witch hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I shall approach him.
I'll leave you to it, Elgast.
You're staying where the ring starts, are you?
No, I've got. Well, I'm looking to go to purification and confessional, to be honest.
Yeah, right, okay.
Well, hello there. A fellow witch hunter. And he kind of gets up to his feet and he comes over to you and he takes your hand in a very firm handshake. And are you here to help me find some perfidious miscreants to burn in Gotham plots?
I'm here partly because of the proclamation that's going around from the Emperor.
Odds wallop from the Emperor if I don't say so myself. But the Emperor is the Emperor and he speaks for the Empire. And therefore he speaks for our god, Sigmar. And if he says that the mutants have to be left alone, then god damn it, I'll leave those mutants alone.
But have you seen any proof that he's actually said that and it's not just some reporter trying to sell newspapers? We just left Altdorf and there was nothing mentioned back then. A week ago.
Much happens in the Empire in a week. You should know that, young witch hunter. By the way, I didn't catch your name. What is it?
Elgast Meerman.
Elgast Meerman. Is that the same Meerman that had some trouble in Altdorf, in Ubersreich?
The very same.
Strange business that was. Consorting with witches, I hear.
No witches were involved, just mutants.
Mutants.
There were
Mutants
mutants.
don't exist in the Empire.
Not even
That's
with
what
a little branding. Can't we do? Sorry, you've got to. People need to know. There's bloody mutants in it. Sorry, Rembrandt's shouting.
Big letter M's branded into the middle of the forehead.
That one with like bony stuff on his head and tentacles and. Oh, it was horrible.
There's
One of them
definitely
nearly
mutants
puked on me. Acid. Oh.
I've encountered quite a few mutants to say that they don't exist.
Well, you haven't, according to our glorious emperor, have you?
Well, they're not alive anymore.
Well, all I can say is there was a proclamation, and I heard it with my own ears. I believe it is up in the town hall. If you want to read it, you can read, of course.
Of course.
Are you reading the scriptures?
Of course.
Good. Excellent.
Rembrandt looks guiltily at his belt pouch.
I look forward to seeing you at some burnings. Now remember, no women at the burnings.
You mean no women observers or no women to be burnt?
Which is women?
No.
What? Suggesting that witches is persecute women because they're insecure.
So, if you see any of these perfidious miscreants, I expect you to bring them to us and we can start the burnings. I have my pyres getting ready. I've got plenty of bushels of wood out the back, much to the high priest's annoyance, but we have to be ready at all times.
Of course.
And between you and I, should any of those miscreants look a little bit like mutants, which don't exist and we must not persecute them, I'm sure Sigmar would not be too bothered.
No, I have to agree with you. I shall keep an eye out for both.
But don't get caught, my friend.
Of course not.
And if you do get caught, they're witches, or they're practicing unsanctioned magic in the Empire without a license, or they're thieves and robbers, or they're Ulrich worshippers.
Okay. I think I'm going to visit the clerk as well. I want to see this proclamation myself.
You do that. You do that.
Well, good luck with your venture here.
I look forward to seeing you at the first burning. If I don't, I'll be very disappointed, brother.
If I'm about, I will be there. Don't worry.
Bring your friends. And your friends' friends. And your friends' friends' friends.
And food. We can might as well cook some food on the pyres at the same time.
But don't bring no mutants.
Oh no.
Just miscreants, right?
Not unless the witches as well.
Miscreants. Miscreants and witches.
Elgast, I'm not very good with my words. Never had much time for them when I was a kid. But don't they start with that wiggly thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the rest of you doing while they're doing this?
Have we got somewhere to sleep yet? I mean, are we planning on...
You're very quiet again.
Maybe we should have a little conversation. Are we planning on staying for a few days? Or are we going to clear out after the Emperor? Because if we're going to stay, we should get some accommodation. And if we're planning on clearing out, we should probably nip to that temple and sort young fella here out.
Is that we need to go to the temple?
No, you
we
mean the lawyer.
need to go to Lock, Stock and...
I've no idea where to go to claim this.
Lock, Stock and Barrel.
It's Lock, Stock and Barrel. Is that Laurie?
Oh.
You have an address, don't you?
We do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misheard earlier. I thought you said we needed to go to the temple, present it to the Temple of Sigmar.
No.
No.
No. It's a lawyers that you'd have to present it to.
In that case, I apologise.
I didn't
for not
get
paying
all the
attention.
information. I only got the one part of it, so I don't know.
You got the bit with the money and you ignored the rest of it.
I didn't ignore it. I just didn't get a chance to actually copy it.
Yeah, there's a dress, I think, at the bottom, wasn't there?
Yeah.
On something Strasser.
Hang on. Let me.
Address.
Yeah, I didn't make a note of it. Those are a screenshot. Apparently not.
Oh god, I can't read that.
So the address is Messrs. Lock, Stock and Barrel, Civil Lawyers, Commissioners for Oaths, etc., Gartenweg, Bogenhafen.
So there's Nulneveg.
Don't think it's listed.
No, it's a small street. So if you're gonna, is that right? So you're all gonna meet back up and go do that, or are you just some of you doing this?
I presume we could do it whilst they were at the Witch Hunters Guild.
You absolutely could, yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that, Mr. Castor, sir?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
It's just a case of going to that address and presenting myself with my fellow patriots.
All right.
And
Well,
I shall advance you.
give me a gossip test first to see if you can find somebody who can tell you where this is.
Gossip test. Da, 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 da.
Each of us, or
Is this
No, just
hard?
whoever's. Yeah, it would be a challenging.
Challenging.
there you go.
All right. There you go.
I'll re-roll that one.
Will you provide an assist?
That's fine.
You're
Thank you,
fine,
Drew.
yeah.
So you get you find somebody just on the street. You stop them and you ask them if they know where Gartenweg is, and they tell you that it is a small street near the metalworks. So just in between east. So it runs eastwards from the Eisenbahn, a little way north of the Metalwork Guild. So this is the Eisenbahn, obviously here. There's the Metalwork Guild. I can't ping. There's the Metalworks Guild.
Yeah.
There's the Eisenbahn. I would say it's probably that kind of place there.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe just inside here. Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll head off there.
So heading down into into Gartenweg, it's a fairly narrow, not really a road, more of an alleyway. And down towards the bottom is a building that proudly announces itself to be the establishment of Lock, Stock and Barrel, lawyers, etc.
Okay. So I take it that there's going to be some sort of steps up to a door.
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't say the steps. I would just say it's just a door.
The door. I will knock on the door and then I'll try the handle.
You knock on the door and you hear a come in, and there is a desk near the door, and a youngish man is sat behind the desk, currently writing something in a ledger. As you enter, he kind of looks up and says, "Good afternoon. Yes, may I help you?"
Sorry.
I am Caster Alice Limburung, and I am here to claim my inheritance. And I shall walk up to him, and I shall present that certificate.
Okay. Herr Ball has been looking forward to meeting you, Herr Lieberung. I will let him know that you've arrived at once. Bear with me, please take a seat. And sort of the other side of the, so there's a desk, you've come in through the door, there's a desk where he's sat. Sort of just behind the desk is a door that leads further into the building, but sort of up against the wall furthest away from the desk is a really nice, plush, reddish coloured sofa and a couple of sort of almost chaise long kind of chairs that you can just lounge on.
I don't take a seat. I will.
Okay.
I will stand by the desk.
Okay. He rises and then he goes out and into that door, sort of the interior door, closes it behind him.
Can I take a little preview of what he was working on, what he's writing?
Yeah, sure.
Not that it's going to be any point of interest, but I'll be a bit nosy and see what he's been writing.
When you read,
No.
it just looks like a lot of scrawls and scribbles and marks in a ledger.
Okay.
During this time, I'd just like to keep an eye on the street, just to, make sure if anything does come through the door that we weren't expecting, we've got a little bit of, a intuition point, a little point or two of advantage.
Okay, who else is with you at the moment? So there's Thomas, Glanwyn, Volquin, Kay?
Sure.
And Ella?
Yeah.
Okay, the 5 of you. And that leaves the other 2. The 2 tanks, nowhere near the rest of the party. Okay. So as you're all kind of in between watching the outside, staring at books on the desk, lounging around, the door to the interior kind of closes. And then, without any kind of warning or seeing anything, all of the windows, thick wooden shutters come dropping over all of the windows and the door outside, and you hear a definite snick as the interior door is closed and a bolt is kind of latched across it.
Actually, maybe I'm not there.
I got super sus when you said it was down near the metalworks. I'm like, what, lawyers for noble houses are down near that? I'm not there.
At that point, you hear a voice. Castellibrum, otherwise known as the Magister Impedimente of the Cult of the Purple Hand. In the name of the Emperor, I arrest you and your companions for conspiring with chaos, murder, theft, and other crimes hereinafter to be enumerated. Lay down your weapons and surrender.
Did I mention I wasn't there?
I don't fancy laying down my weapons. How about you, Dart?
I don't.
No.
No, are you a big fan on laying down weapons? You don't seem to be that type.
What?
They think the cultists.
I think we could be reasonable about this and have a conversation.
I do believe, sir, you've got the wrong people.
It's her, and I point at Ella.
Look
Can
at
I
the
go
eyes.
A sudden, guttural, terrified scream that seems to echo all around you. It's coming from outside again. So the way where you heard the voice was kind of over this side of the. I know you can't see because you can't get through the door. I'm just going to lock all the doors so you don't try and sneak your way out. And you hear this scream of terror, and then you hear the sound as if the kind of sound that you're all familiar with when you kind of rip bacon or pork and pull the flesh off a nice, juicy, plump pig's leg.
Where's the sound coming from?
East.
Over here. East.
Over there.
Yeah.
And
So
the door we came in from was here.
That was the door you came in from, yeah.
Gotcha. Right.
And then it goes very, very quiet.
So, 2 options. we break the door down and leave, or we murk whatever's in there and take all their money.
Maybe Thomas and maybe Ella, he could, and Kay maybe, he could search to where to get these doors and windows back open.
Hmm.
There must be a trigger somewhere.
Can we search the desk looking for a trigger for the door?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Would you like to assist? Is there any immediate danger? There's noises, but the doors are locked, right?
Is this
All the doors and all the windows now have slats that have come down, so you can just about see outside of them, but it's quite tricky.
Are you suggesting that my usual opinion of setting the place on fire is not a good idea?
While we're in it,
No.
Yeah.
Searching around the desk, Volkwyn, there is nothing. There doesn't appear to be any kind of nick or latch or anything that could be used to open the doors.
Okay.
I think that's bookshelves around the room. I'd like to have a look around the bookshelves, see if there's anything in there that.
I'm going to shout to Volkwyn as I get my weapons ready. Sorry, guy.
Go on.
No, different.
I shout to Volkwyn as I get my weapons ready. Go chuck that book to Ella for later, and suggest an idea that just to steal some paperwork, we might find out some more information after from the books rather than the dead people.
Yeah. I think
So-
the rifle the desk and take all the documents.
Okay.
Kay, what were you thinking? I saw you heading towards the bookcase.
Just wondering if there's something hidden in the bookshelves.
You grab a book off the bookshelf. Can Kay read?
No.
Okay. It has some lettering on the thing, but the interesting thing is,
Box. I'm looking for like a trigger or something.
okay, look, give me a perception check. Nice. That seems quite high. What were you rolling against?
Oh, hang on. What did I roll that as?
Average, I would say.
Yeah, probably average. Or better.
Yeah, I rolled that average there.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. There is nothing on the bookcase, on any of the bookshelves other than these books.
What are these shutters made of?
They'll
Is
be
it-
wood.
It's wood.
Yeah.
I'll be picking up a chair and plying it towards the window.
Okay. All right. Give me an improvised weapon attack against a window. It can't fight back, so just let me know what successes you get.
That would be just a standard weapon skill, is it?
No, there is a improvised weapon on your character sheet. So if you look at your combat tab, the question mark is improvised.
Ah, fantastic.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Next.
Right,
I
roll,
must have hit
roll the critical. So it would have done an extra 3 points of damage. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right, which window? What are you breaking?
It
Which
would be
window?
the closest window to the door that we came in. So probably the chair's there, so probably that one.
Okay. Basically, you grab the chair and you throw it through the window, and it kind of impacts the window, hits the shutters behind, and the shutters splinter, and light streams in.
I think I found us a way out if need be.
Yeah, I think we'll skedaddle.
But what about your inheritance, Caster?
Yeah,
Surely we want to see what's going on here, right?
Actually, it's a big con.
It's a bit of a ruse, I think, to trap unwilling people.
It's a complete con.
A ruse to trap unwilling people who would jump in after money and not think properly.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel the fool. Come on. Oh, hold on a minute. Do you mind if I burn the place down on the way out?
You can burn it down.
Thank you very much.
Just think about what you're about to do.
No.
Yeah, anything
A lot of the buildings are wood.
Yes, if you start a fire here, the whole place is going to go up.
Surely just a little one.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
It's on
no.
the stones.
Yeah, a little
Oh,
one.
go on,
Yeah.
a little one. It'll be
Mm.
fine.
We're in.
I've got-
We're in a city as well.
Let's
Yeah,
not
Oh, did
let's
you-
not push
oh,
our luck.
This happened at the start of Colour of Magic, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fine, come on, let's go, Dad.
Yeah, let's climb out
I'll
through the
give
window.
Lanwin a big hug and
So who's going out the window
Okay.
first? Lanwin.
Well, look out the window first.
Yeah, look out, make sure it's
Yeah.
okay, and then I'll go out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I shall go out.
All right. So I'm just going to drag you out.
Okay.
So as you come out into the alleyway, there is no sign of anybody. It is very quiet.
I personally think we should exit with most haste.
Yeah, you run into you on
What was
chat.
screaming? And hang on, didn't somebody try to arrest us and then?
Other side of the building.
Ella, yeah, that's
The
where,
other
where,
side.
where that scream came from and that horrible noise.
Which way? The right side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over that's east.
Lanwin, you know this
Round that
kind of
way,
town.
up the dead end.
I'm just gonna leg it the way we came.
I want to see what's going on.
Okay. There is a building in front of you. You can't, as far as you can tell, get round that building. You would have to go back through the locked middle door and then out the other side of the building if you wanted to
Ella?
investigate.
I just got back through the
Do,
window.
do bear in mind,
Yeah.
Ella, if you're going down there, you're going down there
Going down where?
where you've just been. Don't go snooping around unless you're going that way.
Well, I just went that way and it was blocked.
Yeah, that's fine. I know what you mean, Midi. Yeah, I've got my eye on things.
Okay.
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to try and jump back through the window with my
Why-
bow in my hand.
So why we're going back in through the window?
Ella, are you
I
sure
wanna
about
find
this?
out what the noise was.
I don't want to know what the noise was. Somebody's tried to trap us in there. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
but it's
Lenwood.
gone quiet.
I'm going. Volquin, you coming?
Can I try and...
I'm going to yell out the window. See if you can rustle up some police. No, police don't exist. I don't want to. So as you're starting to scarper, I'm going to shout out, Lanwin, you know this kind of, you've come across this before when you're delivering. See if you can come up with for a reason for the watch to be here.
No, there is no reason. Let's go because remember what happened last time we went with watch. We ended up
Is this
becoming
the
one of
back
them.
door? Is that...
I'm staying by the window.
But yes, it's currently locked. You'll need to kind of, again, put your shoulder against it to try and open it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
There's
give
no
me
window
a...
looking out there, is there?
Give me a strength check.
What kind?
Just challenging, please. Sorry. Oh, okay, you hit the door
Reroll
and
that.
bounce off it. Okay, yeah, you can re-roll it. Okay, 3 successes. Okay, the door splinters as you hit it with your shoulder.
Like that. Oh, okay.
Appears to be a storage room, just basic stores. Many of them appear to be quite old.
Anything worth looting?
It is no, not well, unless you're going to rummage through all the crates, you can't tell.
Not as just on display. There we go. There's this door. Oh, the window here. Can I see anything inside?
Give me a perception check.
I'm moving up behind to the doorway.
There it is.
Looking through the window, it looks like someone has tried to create a piece of artwork from the insides of a man.
Oh,
There is blood, flesh, everywhere. The body of a man, as far as you can make it out, has been torn apart, chest and belly ripped open. Body lies in a pool of blood. Intestines piled up and around its chest and shoulders.
lovely.
From where you sit, there is a small piece of paper sort of poking out of the pocket on the body.
Well, I must have really good eyesight to see that.
It stands out against the gore and the redness. You can see this kind of yellowy, white, little tiny corner. You got a success. It's enough. It doesn't. You don't need super successes.
Thomas, come here. So, Thomas?
Sorry, that was me. You're gonna yell for me to come in. I'm gonna yell a question of what you got there. Anything dangerous?
No,
Because this is a bad place to be.
it's a dead guy out there.
There is. Wow, that dude is very, very dead.
Very dead.
Are you seriously considering going into that room to recover that piece of paper?
Well, I think it's outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's through the back door and round to the alleyway.
Yeah, I think it's used.
Okay.
The window here does not have shutters over it.
Well, otherwise.
Okay, let's do this.
Apparent shutters.
Let's do it. Come on.
Right, I'll go out the window.
Okay, you go out the window, down to the body.
Stay put and cover him with my bow.
Okay. It is a mess, an absolute mess. You retrieve.
There's a guy. Do I know the guy at all?
Yes, his eyes.
Wait, who did he say he was? Didn't he shout? Did he shout who he was?
He didn't shout who he was. He just shouted that you were under arrest.
Or do I know that this is the guy that shouted though?
Maybe.
The clothes is similar to the dude that just.
No, this is not the guy that waited for you and said he would go and get her barrel.
No.
This is somebody different.
Somebody shouted saying we're under arrest.
Yes, you have no idea because you didn't see the person.
Okay.
There was a room between you and them.
But was it coming from that direction?
Yes, it was coming from this direction, yes.
Did the voice sound like the guy who was at the desk? Or was it a different guy?
Different person.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a perception test. I'd like to make a perception test on the corpse. If
Okay.
that's possible.
Yep.
It's a bit of a fishing campaign. I don't have anything better. Law beasts. I'm going to do a law beasts roll.
Okay.
If that's all right. Probably challenging, right?
Yeah.
Said stupid question. I'm outside and I can't go anywhere. What have I missed?
How do you mean you can't go anywhere?
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean I'm stuck outside of the room.
Yeah. Did you want to go back in the room?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Like you wanted to.
Thank you.
Okay. Vulcan and Lanwin, you kind of realise that out of the five of you, there's only the two of you walking away from this place.
Oh, can't do that. I've got to go and join.
Just keep on walking.
If I was outside, I'd be walking, but I'm not, so I've got to back up my team.
I've got to go in and help.
Right.
I'm not one for walking away. I'm sorry.
Okay.
To be fair, I'll back up Volquin.
Okay, there you go. All right. So, Thomas, there are a lot of
No one's backing up me at all.
there are a lot of
Oh,
beasts that could do this, but the placing of the intestine seems a little bit too precise, and you would have expected to see bloody paw prints leading off from the mess that this corpse is in, and you don't.
I lean forward to the GM and go, "Tell me more." Is that it?
That is it.
I
That
want
is
to
it.
decide is did
How did he
something
end
come
up
from
like
the
that
inside?
in like a couple of seconds?
Did it come from the inside or did it get taken out? Is what I'm wondering.
He got taken out.
All right, cool. Come on, Ella. Let's go through the window and find this. The game is afoot.
He got what do you mean he got taken out?
He got wrecked, dude. Like 360 no scoped.
But where's the other person that was here? The person
Oh,
we
you
spoke
mean
to?
it was from a distance?
I think more the
Right,
fact that
what's
penis have been
what's
removed.
this thing sticking out of his pocket? It clearly wants us to find it.
It appears to be a piece of paper.
All right, I'll read it.
I know you will, Dart.
Oh God.
The personal attention of Herr Adolphus Kufzus. The 9 starts coaching him. The Middenheim Road, Altdorf. My dear Herr Kufzus. Let me give you his proper name so I'm saying this right. We go back this way. Kuftzos, yes, Kuftsos. You may recall a certain conversation we had last Bourgeois in the public bar of the Hook and Hatchet in Nuln. At that time you mentioned your interest in the activities of a certain society whose name I shall not mention here. In particular, you were very anxious to trace the whereabouts of a certain officer known only as the Magister Impedimenti. I am now able to confirm each and every one of your suspicions. After your departure, I made some discreet inquiries and managed to ascertain that the person you seek uses the name Castelliberon. In accordance with your plan, Herr Lieberung will be travelling towards Altdorf on the Middenheim Road at some time towards the end of the month of Yardung, which is the month you're in. I have also had the good fortune to secure a likeness of Herr Lieberung, which I enclose with this letter. I remain, sir, your most obedient servant, QF. And attached with that is a picture that looks remarkably like Volquin.
What?
Told you.
Well, hang on a minute.
And
We
Go
were
on.
travelling towards Altdorf on the road. That was when we set off from Uberswap, wasn't it?
And at that point, gentlemen, we're going to call it a night because I'm tired
Oh, well.
and
Right.
it's gone 11 for Gray.
This is brilliant. This is so cool.
That'll be the lady at the first coaching him we're at.
Hang on. What?
Always burn the coaching ends. I told you before.
Well, reset everybody's fortune. Can you just confirm that that's happened? And then we're going to go with session 27.
7.
I'm going to call it.
Oh, we've got music. We didn't have music at all during the whole game.
I forgot about the House of that music. I'm going to call it House of the Rising Sun, and you can all have 40 XP. So,
Thank you, boss.
Rembrandt should be on 1285. Did that go over to Rembrandt? Just making sure it's working.
I believe so, yes.
1285, yes it did. Alright. Happy days, everybody. Hope you enjoyed tonight.
Thank you very much.
Ending got a bit exciting.
It definitely does.